But the camera's going to zoom in for the theatrics of the final race of the night. The women's 200-meter final.
We've reached our last event. It's the women's 200.
We've had so much drama at these World Championships. Unexpected medalists. What's the women's 200-meter final going to throw up? Gaither, Bahamas. Emmanuel of Canada. From the USA, Duncan. She'll start in lane number 9. And then this athlete will get a huge roar. Asha Smith, 21-year-old Dina Asha Smith, the UK record holder at the 100 and 200 meters. Stevens of the USA, the US champion, world number 5. The silver medalist over the 100 meters, Ivory Coast representing again. Talu comes back, this time in lane 4. The defending champion from the Netherlands, Schippers. And finally, completing the lineup, she'll start in the center lane of 5, the Olympic 400-meter champion, Shawnee Miller-Uibo. So, Emmanuel, Gaither, Talu, Miller-Uibo, Schippers, Stevens, Asha Smith and Duncan. It's been so hard to predict, especially the sprint races, guys, at this World Championship. Miller-Uibo was many people's favourites, including mine, for the women's 400 metres. Looked up at the screen, said she lost her footing, got the fire in her belly. Can she take out the defending world champion, Dafne Schippers, who'll be a lane outsider? Is it a case of Schippers will go out hard and Miller-Uibo's got to catch her?
Well, surely that is the big question, Catherine. If Schippers gets away as well as we know she can, when they turn into the straight, Miller-Uibo will be down. The question is, will she have enough to claw that deficit back, or will the fact that she's trailing make her tight and allow Schippers to pull away?
Well, just
fascinating.
Just to say something completely different, I've got Talu maybe being in that mix, and let's not forget her if it comes to the crunch.
So this is a confirmation of that second semi-final. Semenya with the victory, Hikochka came through late, Lipsy and Sharp both go through by virtue of being the fastest losers across the 3 semi-finals.
So back on the track then for the final race of the evening. That's Dasia Stevens of the USA, the US champion, 22.09 this season. Two Americans in this final. So the music plays, the crowd eagerly anticipating this one. Medal hopes potentially for them with Dina Asha Smith in 7. Talu in 4, Miller-Uibo in 5 and Schippers in 6. This year over 200 metres, Shawnee Miller-Uibo 21.91 seconds. Dafne Schippers 22.10 seconds. At their best, it's the other way round. Schippers is faster, the European record holder. And Uibo, that best of sub-22 this year. Well, the rain started to come down. It's really bad timing for the women's 200-metre final, but here's your lineup. For the first time on what's been a glorious day here in London, the heavens have opened. But here we go, the final of the women's 200 metres. Lane number 9 from the USA, the multiple US collegiate champion, Kimberlyn Duncan. Lane number 8 for Great Britain, Northern Ireland, Olympic and world finalist previously, Dina Asha Smith. Lane number 7, the 22-year-old US champion, Dasia Stevens. In lane number 6, the defending champion, bronze medalist over the 100 metres, silver in Rio last year, Dafne Schippers of the Netherlands. In lane number 5, the Olympic 400-metre champion, 4th over the 400 metres, world number 2 this year. She starts in lane number 5. Lane 4, the 100-metre silver medalist from the Ivory Coast, Marie-José Talou. In lane number 3 from the Bahamas, Tonya Gaither, 22.71 this year, a semi-finalist in Rio. And completing the lineup from Canada, Crystal Emmanuel, the Canadian record holder over this distance. The fastest two from the semi-finals, Miller-Uibo and Schippers, both ran 22.49 seconds. The final of the women's 200 metres, Emmanuel, Gaither, Talou, Miller-Uibo, Schippers, Stevens, Asha Smith and Duncan. Can Dafne Schippers defend her title? Can Miller-Uibo win her first? So a clean start. We expect Schippers to go out well, but Miller-Uibo's going well, as is Talou in lane number 4. The 100-metre silver medalist is just down on the 100-metre bronze medalist. Schippers, Talou, Uibo's got some work to do. Asha Smith's going well in lane number 8. It's going to go down to the wire. Dafne Schippers of the Netherlands defends her world title. 22.07 seconds. She had pressure as expected from Marie-José Talou, but this time the world bronze medalist over the 100 metres hangs on to beat the world silver medalist. A season's best of 22.05 seconds. Dafne Schippers, the world champion again, and Talou for the Ivory Coast. Wow, her second silver medal in the sprints here, a national record of 22.08. And Shawnee Miller-Uibo finished as strongly as we expected. The Bahamas pick up a bronze with 22.15.
And there's an embrace with Marcel, her husband, who's halfway through the decathlon. What a great, great title defence from Dafne Schippers. Miller-Uibo was just too far behind on the turn and had too much to do. And in actual fact, it looked at one stage as though she was coming under pressure from Dina Asha Smith, who ended up in 4th. But what a fantastic championship for Talou. You've got to be delighted for her, as Miller-Uibo does get her first medal here in London. She had the gold ripped away, I guess, as she stumbled towards the line. Great performance from Talou, 4th in the 100 and the 200 in Rio with lightning quick times. Now the young woman from the Ivory Coast is the toast of her nation, and Schippers has produced the best performance of the season exactly when she needed it. Not as fast as she was 2 years ago, didn't matter. When the pressure was on, her nerve and confidence held good. Brilliant title defence.
Let's just watch this. I don't think Talou got a very good start, actually. Miller-Uibo got a pretty good start, but then it was this 50 metres from 50 to 100, but she really did start pouring it on. At one stage, at this point, I think she may have just headed Schippers, but I think looking at the camera angle, Schippers was always in front, really. Talou, small, diminutive, but still running exceptionally fast, almost always to the line. At this point, there's not much between them, but Schippers pulls, dips early and gets it.
And just a line also on Asha Smith. What a fantastic run to take 4th place at 22.22 after such a interrupted preparation. Easily season's best throughout every round of this competition. And she was closing on them at the end.
Well, if you'd have told the British athlete in March when she broke a foot and took months to get back to even walk, jog and then sprint that she'd finish behind Schippers, Talou and Miller-Uibo at the World Championships, she probably wouldn't have believed you. Super from the British athlete, but look at this. Schippers knew that Talou was there. She'd have felt it. You feel it as a sprinter. You know when somebody's there. And she was straining for the line. Look at Miller-Uibo, the long stride of the 400-metre specialist. But Dafne Schippers, let's not forget, she won a World Championship bronze in the heptathlon just 4 years ago and has turned to the sprints. What a wonderful title defence. She'll be absolutely delighted with that.
She will, because by her own standards, she underperformed in Rio last year, bearing in mind what she'd achieved in Beijing the previous year. She was absolutely sensational in Beijing, silver in the 1, and then that unbelievably quick time, third fastest in history over the 2. Just one solitary silver last year in Rio over the 200. There were questions about her form coming here to London, and she has once again produced 2 medals, bronze in the 1, gold in the 2. Wow, what a party they'll be having on her behalf back home in Holland tonight. Their golden girl has delivered once again.
What a great side shot. You can see Asha Smith, the British athlete, battling at one point with Miller Weibo, but the long stride of the Bahamian athlete who's run sub-22 this season. But as you say, Rob, what a World Championships Talu has had. Absolutely outstanding stuff. 2 silver medals the Ivory Coast have, and they've both been from this athlete here in the women's sprint events. Look at the bend. You knew that Schippers and Talu were going to run a good bend because they won medals in the 100 metres. It was the strength, and the most strength was had by Dafne Schippers. Good defence that, it really was. Holland have only ever had 1 finalist in this event, and it's been her, and now she's won 2 gold medals. Confirmation of the women's 200 metres. Dafne Schippers defends her title in a season's best of 22.05. Talu from the Ivory Coast picks up another silver with a national record, and Shawnee Miller Weibo a bronze in 22.15.